Hello. Hello. Is it possible to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. And my name is Viktor Abashev, and Maria Raczynska is my colleague. And this morning, Alexander was told about about merging of formal, informal, and non-formal learning. And I think our case with Maria is an example of that merging because I came from school and started to work in informal learning program. And Maria is one of leaders in Russia of informal learning programs. And I like to give her some words to speak about, to say about what they are doing in Russia. Masha?
Thank you very much. I'll start by presenting the global scope of what we're doing, of the context in which our programs have been created, and then I'll give the floor back to Victor for him to present some of our cases. The basic context is as follows. In 2014, a national program was created in Russia that's called the National Technological Initiative. And the basic idea behind it is that Russia may be far behind in some of the traditional industries, but it can still create conditions for ensuring the leadership of Russian companies in new high-tech markets, the ones that will determine the structure of the global economy in maybe next 15 to 20 years. It could be unmanned vehicles or biotech or satellite systems or cybersecurity. So this project, it includes venture financing, acceleration programs for emerging businesses, and also overcoming legal barriers for innovation. So it's not really about education, but however, if we want to create dozens of these new high-tech companies by 2035, then we really need to have this new wave of engineers, of innovators, of entrepreneurs in 5 to 10 years, because we need these people who will be able to create these new products and withstand global competition. So that's where we come forward. The NGO I'm working for is called the Kruzhok movement, and Kruzhok is a Russian word that basically means club, but it has been used in many different senses since the beginning of 20th century. In the beginning of 20th century, it was mainly used for for communities of scholars or scientists or philosophers, so all kinds of people who were facing global challenges and were trying to do something about them. For example, the group of Nikolai Zhukovsky here in the picture, who is the father of Russian aviation, was totally a Kruzhok. Later, during the Soviet era, it was mainly used for all kinds of extracurricular activities. So all kinds of non-formal education were Kruzhok. So the meaning of the word kind of switched from, something being on the cutting edge of technology to mainly doing something for fun, for education, learning some of the basic tech stuff. It could be also used about art or sports. So what we are trying to do here is to bring the meaning of the word back to its original. And nowadays, the Kruzhok movement is a countrywide community of technology enthusiasts who are spreading within Russia and abroad since 2017. So what we want to do is to create this community of maybe 500,000 talents, different kinds of technological enthusiasts and entrepreneurs, and we want this community to be there in 2025. So now we are heading there, and at this moment we have more than 150,000 participants in all of our activities. What can these Kruzhoks be about is all kind of new technology. It can be about machine learning, about smart cities, about innovation in ecology, all kinds of different stuff. One of our projects include it is called Practicing Future, and it is a series of short-term events and camps for teenagers where they work in teams on real-life tasks, and they try to find solutions to global challenges together. Our events last from 1 or 2 days to 2 to 3 weeks, and we run about 40 of these events a year. And what we want to achieve through this is empowering these teams of youngsters. We want them to feel that they're capable of changing the world around them, and that they can create something completely new, feel that their ideas are valued by the big players in the industry, and that it is totally possible for them to do what they feel is the best for the world. Because what we need is more change makers. And how do we do that? We try to use as many real life cases as possible. So we bring the big industry players into that. We invite tech companies and science centers to work with us and present their problems, their issues, their challenges to the students and invite them to work on them together. And we use project-based learning. What our students basically do is they try to identify the challenge that drives them the most and to try to propose some kind of solution that would be helpful for solving this issue, and they learn as they go. So they try to create something meaningful, and our experts and our tutors are there to help them to fill the gaps in their knowledge, and so they basically create their own experience as they go. We believe that this kind of education, this kind of work, would help us to create these teams of young people who are ready to solve the world's biggest challenges. So now I'll give the word back to Victor, and he'll
Thank you.
present some of the camps that we have created together.
Okay, thank you, Maria. And so Maria told about her organization and what they do in Russia. And me and my colleagues, we came from school, and our point of research is student learning and student is education and merging formal and non-formal and informal education. And what Maria said that Practicing Future is a project about not only technologies, but also is about new practices that will came with that technologies. And we operate with terminology that is created by Alexander Asmolov. He's a Russian psychologist and educator, and it's called pre-adaptation. So, he talked about 3 types of adaptation: reactive adaptation, ability to flexibly adjust to the current situation; predictive adaptation, like anticipation of the future in a situation of uncertainty; and now world change so fast that you cannot adapt to them, to this world, but you need to construct this world. And so this pre-adaptation is about designing the future, and it correlates with self skills, skills about that correlates with student agency, with self-determination, and metacognitive skills. Next, I will show you some cases that we made with organization Kruzhok movement and Practicing Future. So first one was 1 year ago in August. We made international school with 150 participants, and as Maria said, it was project-based learning when students solve real life problem. We suggest them some real life cases, and they need to find the solution of that problems. And what we make there was like self-directed learning, self-organization, and reflection of the progress. So what was self-organization? I'm sorry. Like self-directed learning was there were teams of students that solve problems, and they work with the experts instead of teachers, and they didn't give information, but they ask questions. They ask questions for experts, and they formulate that questions. They made hypotheses and check them. So that was self-directed learning. And what about self-organization? It was we make shared vision and code of collaboration with students instead of rules. We use open space technology to organize camp life, and we tried to make environment of that camp be environment where a student can be an agent of his life, an agent of his learning, and it was very important for us. And you could see there, if you during this program, there were a lot of cases where students teach each other instead of asking help of adults. For example, they need to code to program something, and they ask help to each other, and they, as I said, check their hypothesis, and they assess their hypothesis. So there was an environment where students really work all day, all night, because they had motivation to do that. They tried to achieve their own goals. Another process very important there, it was a reflection process. Maria said that we had tutors who support our students, our participants, and these tutors reflect with students their progress. So there were 4 steps over there. First step was about problem choice, and over there, before students came to this program, they applied there, and they made some research about the problem, and they wrote essay about why they want to choose this problem. And before that, they create criteria about how they will choose, how they will arrange this problem. So we wanted students to be aware about their choice. And then when they enter our program, we fix their state before the program. We fix their expectations about the program, and we wanted to make them active, to make them active learners during the program. So we work with them on questions like, why did I decide to participate? What qualities of a person are important for me? And what do I want to get from the program? So we wanted our students to came. We wanted our students not just to came and said, okay, do something useful with us, but we wanted to our students to make their demand on the program, to make them ask questions and make goals on this program. So next step was reflection of the progress, and during this step we tutors with students fix their learning. It helped them to make their learning visible, and they fix every day what new things I have learned today, difficulties I met, and how I deal with them. Have my expectation changed, and if yes, so can I formulate new expectations, and what do I know about myself now? So this was a long step, and at the end we wanted students to transform their life experience into their resource, like to make what had happened with them just some facts of their biography, how to make this and make their real experience to help them apply to this experience. So over here, students we ask questions and answer that what things you have learned and these things, how they will help me in the future. Okay, now I'm that kind of person. I know about myself this and that, and how it will help me in different situations. How my experience here I can apply in the school, in my life in the future. So that was our first case about how informal learning and life experience can be useful to make students construct their learning, to make students be agent of their learning and own their learning. Next, as you know, like everybody met some new challenges, and we had some plans, and here you can see our next cases. So one of our program was about change making. So it was a program. It was a program about that helped students to understand what they want, what do they want to change in the world, how can they do that, where they can find some help. So and to make how can they be how can they committed to change the world. So we started to do that program online, and we tried to check some hypotheses. Like first one was to make students more aware about what they will do in this program, and to make to make students commit for changes. For hard working, we give students some challenges, and making their challenges, they could try something before a program. I will tell about that later. So another hypothesis was can handbook can help students to direct their to make their learning without teacher. How can we make some roadmap for them to make them learn themselves? So next one was how can they reflect their experience and without a tutor near them. How can we make students, make a group of students that tell each other about their experience, and how can we make this reflection meetings online? So another hypothesis was how can we use video as a tool of self-reflection. When I make a video about my experience, I choose my steps that were important. I can take a look at me from other side. Uh, what we wanted from this program was to make students, to help students create their idea of the project, and or not project or any activity, and to solve their own personal problem. We used word personal pain. We tried to find pain of teens, and to help them find solution, or make a problem, formulate a problem and find solution to that. So what about challenges? As I told, we wanted students to be aware of why they do that, and to try a little bit, because the program was free for students, and like it is very difficult to get commitment from a person if first of all it's free program. You don't have any personal connection, because everybody is sitting in their apartments in different cities, and how can we make this commitment? So we tried to make challenges, and we make 4 categories, like personal challenge, teamwork, empathy, and family and relationship with my family. So we thought that each of this category tried and challenge themselves. Students will be more strong and more committed to work in the program. So, for example, there were personal challenge. Students need to write for some organizers of payment of some event that you need to pay for that, and students needed to ask free ticket for them, or they need to wake up very early and try to do something during this time, and reflect. So every time they needed to reflect what they know about themselves by doing this challenge, or what they know about themselves by doing another challenge. For example, during with family and relations, students needed to make some to change or to create some family habits, or to change some family I don't know, routine, like to make their parent listen to them, and for example, to make some ecological innovation in their family, and every time they need to reflect that. So this is Russian, but it's like authentical what students wrote us about what they know about themselves, what they know about the world by doing this challenge. So, and very important was that students could choose. There were 16 challenges, but students needed to take only 8, and they could choose at least one challenge from each category, and make more challenges from one of categories. Next one is oh, sorry. Next with this program was change maker camp, like was handbook, because we wrote questions that and some instructions to help students guide their learning, because they had no adults with them and do that by themselves. And we made a mixed team reflection where all students, like group of students from different cities, they came and talk about what they do, what they find, and etc. etc. Another one was about videotaping, was used in another program. It was Maker Camp program. You can see here what we tried to do here. There was self-assessment, self-organization, self-directed learning, and each student they get. I will try to share you. Yeah, each student get such document, and they do some making programs. Doesn't work. Sorry. So, yeah, over here. Yeah, and they do their projects by their own. They had a lot of little goals how they can solve this problem, but they take their time by their own. They organize themselves by their own. They assess how do they like the quality, the design engineering, the functionality of their project. They put grades by themselves, and they could choose goals like over here. You can see like micro goals, and they could choose with them. And each student made a video of every day. That was like 1 day project, and it was like 2 weeks. Every day students get this problem. They get stamp box by post with wood, with instruments, and they do their project, and then they make a video about how they do this project. They put it in Padlet, and every evening we made a podcast giving feedback, watching these videos and giving them feedback, and they could write some feedback to each other. So it was how we use video to reflect on what has happening. And finally, another program was that finished just now. It was art laboratory, and yeah, how old were students? In some programs, we have like from 13 to 18. This art program, students were like 15, 16 years old. It was like for more older teenagers, and Maker Camp was like 12, 13 years old. The question was, which resource were you using for making podcasts? We make Zoom. We made it was like not that type of podcast. We made Zoom and then put this video on YouTube. And students, some of them, they participate in the Zoom, but students prefer. They don't like they don't like frames with the time, but they enjoy just to watch it when they have time. So, and with this art program, like we tried with students to research their life, the world around them, to research what does it mean to be a teenager in their city, and make announcement, a statement in using language of contemporary art. And as you see, students, we made a festival in this city, and there were works of students, and they see feedback from people, from citizens of that city. Yeah, and so they use field research. They ask questions from people, citizens of that city. They make some they make some animation, they made illustration, they made art, architectural, small architectural objects, and they make theater. As you see, this there was like sound design studio that was made by a brother of one of our participants, and they made audio performance, audio play that they wrote. It was documentary theater. They asked a lot of people about their city, about their relations with their parents, their kids, and they made their audio performance of that. So and at the end we made a festival where kids give their statement to citizens and receive feedback, and so like whole this program was research of students research of their life experience, their relationships with parents, with their friends, and like we use language of art to communicate with adults. So that was our cases with Maria, and I think we're a lack of time, but we would like to answer some questions, like which resource were you? I told that Zoom. So thank you. Sorry for being late for 2 minutes. If you want to ask something, you can type here, or probably Maria could add something. Was it a part of school curriculum? Actually not, but now we are working on programs that will be correlated with school curriculum. Now we are working on biological and medical program camp with this hybrid frame, and we want to achieve some goals that students have in their school to meet some school standards in this informal experience, and this is our goal. And now each of that case is our experiment to try different way of working with the students. I heard about Padlet. What other sources were useful? We like Jamboard. It is very useful. For example, to make, for example, for reflection, like we ask students, can you draw your day-to-day, or can you like, and they do the common picture. And then we ask their association about what can you see here, how it correlates with your experience of this day, and they like it. Can we access your roadmap, students' guidelines? Yeah, we can. It is on Russian actually, but we for sure we can provide you with these programs. You can, for example, you can write me. This is my post, and we would like to share our materials. There are about some resources online. Actually, we don't have enough arms and resources to talk about what we are doing a lot. So we have some resources in the internet, and that's something that we use. But mostly, like, for example, wait a minute. Yeah, like we have a lot of materials that you can use, and we can show you. Not all of them are done to use it is, but the concept, because a lot of these materials we made like directly for that program, but you can take concept from that, or if it's useful for you, you can take I don't know, you can take it as it is. So there are challenges and everything. But Masha, can you help me? Do we put all our materials somewhere, or we just keep in Google Docs like this? No.
Yeah, I'm afraid we don't publish a lot of things, but yeah, we'll make an effort to change that in the near future.
Mm-hmm. So thank you so much. Thank you, Christoph. Question is, how do you keep it critical? No,
Yes, thank you very much. I think I will let Victor decide if he can answer Christoph's question, because you are the next presenter as well. So you are taking time from your next presentation. If you feel you can answer this interesting question, please do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think I need a little bit time to answer that. How do we go into personal psychology of the students? Actually, we avoid that. We don't go deeply in personal psychology. We try not to go very deep there. If we see that a child go deeper and deeper, and actually, like as you saw our pictures. Sometimes students, they just say because nobody asked them questions about themselves, and when you start to talk with them about that, they say they make we help them to formulate this in terms of art language, or we try to involve their parents and to help them speak. For example, as I told you, we had challenges where students did with their parents, and we make some challenges that, for example, they need to they have some questions, a list of questions, and we ask their parents to answer these questions about kids, and we ask kids to answer these questions about themselves, and we suggest them discuss. We don't go there, we don't moderate this discussion, but we suggest them to do that, and we ask students how it was, what did they understand, and then students told us, as I know, like my parents see me totally different that time, but it was so great to speak with them. We have something common to speak about, and citizenship learning. Yeah, actually, I don't know a lot about citizenship learning in Belgium, but thank you for this connection. We will see it, and we will read about that. Thank you. Have you got a page on Instagram to follow? Masha, probably you can give some links.
Yeah, I'll give the link.
follow.
I'll give the
Yeah.
link.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much, and now we need to show another presentation. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Victor. So I keep the word to you. I think your colleagues, I don't know, will join you, Yelena and Anna, or you will present yourself, but
Anna is
I
here,
let you.
but
Yeah,
Yelena,
here I am.
very sorry. Yeah, hi.